Hello, this is Mr. Bacon Bits, and welcome back to Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I figured I'd do this, show off all the minigames you can find throughout the world. You don't get anything special for playing most of them, but they're here regardless. So to start off with, a seal plushie minigame. The objective, since you scared Junie so much her horse launched all her plushies, is to retrieve them back onto her wagon. It's easy enough, you can stick them all together and place them onto the wagon. Another version here, over at the Ulraya Grotto. It's a bit tougher since you have to get them up to higher ground, but as long as you stick them to each other, it'll make it nice and quick. Finally, this last version of the minigame can be found by Nabby Lake over here. The plushies are all in the water, so you'll need to use something to stand on in order to reach them. At the top of the mountain in Eventide Island, after chasing down the pirates, you can find these two hosting a sort of flying minigame. Use just a wing Zonai device to glide over to the buoys, creating a circle and land there. The closest to the center you land, the bigger the reward. This one's open after a certain side quest, the Lorland Water Rally. Build your own boat and race through 3 courses by sailing over all the light beacons. Your time entirely depends on how effective the boat you build is. Lorland Village, once it's rebuilt, has a treasure game shop as well. I guess this isn't technically counted as a minigame, but I wanted to count it anyway, since it was a minigame and a link to the past. Speaking of, enjoy the music I edited in here.
Oh. Ah.
The horse race over at this stable here is a bit of an unwieldy one. Make an entire lap as fast as you can without your cargo falling off. You can't get off your horse, so no using Ultra Hand to glue it to the makeshift wagon you're dragging. I just cut to my second attempt. You can get a load of pony points for doing this minigame. The desert race here is pretty self-explanatory. Pass under all the gates to the end as fast as you can. Build a quick hovercraft or a flying machine, it doesn't matter what you use. Down in the Yiga hideout in Gerudo Highlands, you can find a tutor of sorts who hosts a training session with other Yiga, in an attempt to train to be strong enough to take down Link. A handful of attempts gives you a bunch of rewards like the Earthwake Manual, Lightning Helm, and a Paraglider Fabric, but afterwards is a sort of free-for-all training session where you can try to beat your best score. You don't earn anything, but it's also free from now on, so... Up on top of the Colosseum is a Goron hosting a strength game. Build whatever contraption you can think of with the materials up here, and presumably your own stuff, and hit the gong as hard as possible. I couldn't think up anything other than this. I would have likely had something cool if I wasn't recording. It's usually how it is. Underneath the Tabantha Bridge is the Ultra Ball Haul minigame. Build some sort of vehicle you can use to carry the ball and take it as far as you can go. There's the normal and extended courses.
Oh.
On the west side of the aforementioned bridge is a catching minigame. A Goron will toss stones toward you, and you have to return them to the platform in front of you. Return is the key word here. I didn't realize recall was the best way to do this until my third attempt. The flight range over by Rito Village. There's 2 courses you can take, and unlike in the previous game, this flight range minigame is you skydiving through a bunch of rings thanks to the updraft. After rescuing Selmy at the Hebra Mountains, you'll find she hosts a sledding minigame. It's simple. Shield surf to the goal, doesn't matter where you go to reach it as long as you do. There's a beginner and an advanced course.
Oh. Oh?
This is already covered by a few side quests, but one of the mines in the Elden region has been transformed into a minecart land minigame. 2 difficulties based on shooting targets as you stay on a moving minecart. A third, harder difficulty can be found at the peak of Death Mountain.
Ah. Huh.
Now for the Terrytown race. It's just like the Lorland Water Rally, just on land. And it's the first one you open up. Build a vehicle and use it to take on the course. Your time is dependent on how efficient the vehicle is. A couple of side quests also involves this. Finally, up in the skies are the 3 skydiving minigames. They all take place on Courage Island, Bravery Island, and Valor Island. Partaking in these courses for the first time unlocks the nearby shrines. The second time gives you pieces of the skydiving outfit, which I'm wearing right now. It's called the Glide outfit. It increases your horizontal movement when skydiving, and if you upgrade all the parts to level 2, you will be immune to fall damage from skydiving. Pretty cool. With all that, I will call it for this video. This has been Mr. Bacon Bits with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. And I will see you on the next video.